Ooh, we're on.
We're on.
Hello, Wednesday afternoon, evening. Welcome to the midweek pick-me-up from the Divine Fellowship. Probably not the best of names. Why don't you come up with a good name? Actually, I point to you. Come up with a better name. So give us some names at some point.
Inspiration and insight.
Yeah, inspiration and insight. Make me feel good Wednesday.
Well, that's if this turns out okay, we might do it again. If not, we won't do it again.
Yeah.
Anyway, who else here? Susan, Brandy, Terry. Hi there.
Hello.
Brock. Hi.
Hello, Brock.
Welcome aboard.
Yep. Well, wait a minute, because after all, I have to tell stupid jokes, so I had to get these myself.
Oh,
so
it's a shame.
The jokes that I normally tell have come over 22 years from you people. So I have literally stacks of jokes that I go through.
He doesn't file like a real person.
No,
he just
I have stacks. So I have all these stacks. And I mean, they're like from 2009. So I know how long ago I said them. So more than likely people don't remember them, but I have said them before.
And I heard somebody told me that even though I'm pretty deadpan with your jokes, they're cracking up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. You are weird.
That's why they love us.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So, ooh, Brittany's there. Oh, Dan's there. Hi, Dan.
Shannon. Hi, Shannon.
Where's Shannon? Oh, there's Shannon.
Right there.
Okay.
How come some are green and some are white?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm surprised you can even see that.
I can see color. I can barely see the things.
All right. So we're into it 2 minutes. So people get to either miss me, which is probably not a bad thing, and I have my work clothes on anyway. By the way, we're almost the third and a half week of April. Check for wasps.
Oh.
I checked 10 days ago, saw no nests. I did see them flying around occasionally. I checked this afternoon. 6 active that I know of, and another 6 I'm going to take a look at after work, after hours with a light. So you need to start doing it now. They were nasty that last year. They were just awful.
Bit me? So, oh my gosh.
Well, they stung you.
Stung me.
Stung you, yes.
Hurt.
Me
Owie
too.
Things happened on my arm.
I know. Stung me too.
Yeah.
Don't like them.
No.
Don't like them. I have words for them. So, jokes. Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Brown had 2 sons. One was named Mind Your Own Business, and the other was named Trouble. Yeah, you know this isn't going to end well. One day, the 2 boys decided to play hide and seek. Trouble hid while Mind Your Own Business counted to 100. Mind Your Own Business began looking for his brother behind garbage cans and bushes. Then he started looking in and under cars until a policeman approached him and asked, "What are you doing?"
Looking for trouble.
That's the end of that one. Yep, we'll go to the next one now.
No. Was it really?
Yes. God. What are you doing? Playing a game. What is your name? The officer questioned. Mind your own business. Furious, the policeman inquired, "Are you looking for trouble?" Well, the boy replied, "Why, yes." Thanks.
Sorry. God. Party pooper.
I don't need a straight woman, but I got one anyway.
Oh, this is a straight person.
Okay. All right. There's no way you're going to know this one.
Okay.
A blonde and a redhead have a ranch.
Because I'm a blonde, I would never know.
Yeah, I know. They have just lost their bull. The woman needs to buy another one, but only has $500. The redhead tells the blonde, "I will go to the market and see if I can find one for a better amount. If I can, I will send you a telegram." I don't know. She goes to the market, finds one for $499. Having only $1 left, she goes to the telegraph office, finds out that it costs $1 per word. She is stumped on how to tell the blonde to bring the truck and trailer. Finally, she tells the telegraph operator to send the word comfortable. Skeptical, the operator asks, "Well, how is she going to know to come with the trailer with just that one single word?" The redhead replies, "She's a blonde, so she reads slow. Comfortable." I know, it was a real groaner. It was a groaner.
That didn't even deserve groaning.
Oh,
Whimper.
Yes, it did.
That was a whimperer.
Okay.
A whimpering one.
All right, one last. Fortunately, one to go. Okay.
You do pray for me during the week. You know I have to look at this. There's someone at the door.
You're kidding me. It's kids wanting to play with the dog. So, no, sorry, can't answer. You're more important. Although the dog's barking.
Go get him. Chat.
Okay.
Get back. See, this is why it's live and it's just is what it is. Okay. While he's dealing with that, welcome back to the midweek thing. We chatted on Sunday briefly about a process called laying it on your heart. What was really cool is that wasn't anywhere on what I was going to plan on saying. However, that's what God put on my heart to share with you. So as a result of that, I have more information on that and a process that'll help us get into that. So now back to Mr. Bell.
Hi. The pleasures of doing things live.
I said that.
Oh, you did?
I did.
I said it again.
Yeah.
Reaching the end of a job interview, the Human Resources Officer asks a young engineer fresh out of MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And what starting salary were you looking for? The engineer replies, in the region of $125,000 a year, depending on the benefit package. The interviewer inquires, well, what would you say to a package? Dog. What would you say to a package of 5 weeks vacation, 14 paid holidays, full medical and dental, matching retirement funds to 50% of your salary, and a company car leased every 2 years, say a red Corvette? The engineer sits up straight and says, wow, are you kidding? The interviewer says, yeah, but you started it. Bye. I'll monitor the questions.
Yeah, so if you have anything that you want to chat with me about or have any questions about what we're talking about, just chime in.
There's nothing. No,
No? Well, Phil's not here yet.
Well, there's nothing about live. There it is.
There it is.
Never mind. There it is. There it is. I found it. Go ahead.
So if you have a question, just let him know. Type it in. So laying something on your heart space. First thing is that sometimes our heart gets really cluttered with crap. It gets weighed down with sorrow. It gets weighed down with shame. It gets weighed down with expectations. And pain and suffering and all that sort of thing. And the heart that's cluttered and clogged with all of that sort of thing cannot give you the information that you're looking for. Because your heart of hearts, that eternal part of you, that soul part of you that can respond to that is being blocked by all this other stuff. And a clear heart is totally clear to spirit. And that spirit connection is always there. It's always open, always clear. But this other stuff that kind of gets in the way and blocks us from participating and connecting in. So the first thing I want us to do is get to a place where we can hear what we're ready to hear. And then I'll talk to you a little bit more about the process itself. So first of all, on the email I sent out this week, and if you don't get an email, you can send me an email at janice@janicelynch.com and give me your email, and I'll add you to the weekly email list. And but on that email that I sent out, there's every week is a message from the Ancient Ones, and the Ancient Ones this week had an insight about how to center, how to get into a clearer space. So what they encouraged us to do was use the location of the bottoms of your feet, your heart space, and the crown chakra in order to get into this place of being peaceful, where you can actually hear this communication that was so important for us. So let's just do that. Let's start with our feet, the bottoms of our feet. This allows you to be grounded. You don't have to be with your feet on the ground, but you can. Pardon me, but if you're propped up and your feet are up, just notice that they're probably pointing to a wall, and that wall is connected to the floor, which is connected to the earth. So again, we're all connected. It's all this anchoring point where the physical form is supported. And it's imperative to feel that support. When we feel that support, that allows us to be open. Without feeling supported, it's really hard, right? So this, just notice that your feet are anchoring points for yourself, whether they're on the ground themselves right now or they're pointed to a wall or whatever. Just notice that they're an anchoring point. That noticing allows you to shift gears and feel that support, that physical support, the gravity pulling on your body. That's a support system. Now, move to your crown chakra. Move your attention right to the top of your head. That is always open and always connected to spirit. And by bringing your awareness there, that activates that in a way that you can perceive it. And when you activate that, then you can allow that energy to flow down into your heart space. So now bring your attention to your heart space. So you have attention at your feet, you have attention at the top of your head, and you have attention at your heart space. Your attention isn't located in your mind. It's everywhere. And your mind is a part of the tool or part of the mechanisms to access all of that, but that's not the sum total of your awareness. So moving into different locations of your body allow you to expand your awareness. Now, in that expanded awareness state of being, if you're in your heart space now, you find peace. You're more peaceful because you feel the support beneath your feet, you feel the connection, and you're here. You're aware. You're awake. And this is a profound, peaceful experience. So all of those things that may have been cluttering you, you've set them aside, and you've gotten into this core space where you can really perceive that peacefulness. Now, once in that peacefulness, now we can lay a concept on that heart space and get feedback. This is a connection from spirit to your heart of hearts, your soul, your inner being, your inner awareness, and this allows you to perceive the truth. So we get to discern here. Now, so if there's some situation that's on your heart or concern for you, type it in, let Phil know, and we'll address that. In the meantime, I had someone contact me via email and saying that they had some issues on their heart. One of them was a challenge with their relationship. I have to tell you, this latest crisis that we've been going through has brought a lot of stuff to the surface. Stuff that we get busy with life and we just ignore. We can't ignore anymore. So it's coming up and we're having to look at it. Now, the good news is this. A lot of people that are facing some real difficult stuff are stepping up and facing it spiritually and not just physically, not running from it or not aggressively attacking something, but they're facing and moving through trauma or difficulty to a higher level of awareness, to a higher plane of existence, and they're moving into this empowerment. And when we feel empowered, then we move forward effortlessly. So this person that I was talking about, she had a relationship issue, and she just didn't feel like she and her husband were communicating. She didn't feel like she just was wondering if we're over. So that's going to be really hard to get into the heart of hearts because the heart is already weighed down with sorrow and pain and regret and frustration. So to get to peace, that place of peace, is first step. And then once you can acquire that peacefulness that sets apart all of that, it's still there. It's not gone. We're not pretend everything's fine. It's still there, but now we can look at it from a different perspective. We can look at it from the eyes of light and look at it from peace, from a place of opportunity for hearing divine guidance, which when we're blocked up, we can't hear that divine guidance. All we hear is the ego saying, you should do this and you should do that and all that sort of thing, right? You get that a lot? Mm-hmm. So in that state of peace, now you can lay the question, the real question down. But here's the real question. The real question isn't, is the marriage over or is it not? The real question here is, am I clear? Because if we tend to especially in relationships. We train our significant other to not hear us. How are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Everything's good. So what's going on with you? Oh, everything's fine. Need help with that? Oh no, I got it. When you really need help, well, we just train them to tune us out. So the key here is, have we done that? And can we undo that? So that's what we're going to lay on the heart space. So when you get to this place and you're looking at a challenging situation like that, lay on your heart space, speaking my truth. Have I been speaking my truth in a sweet, gentle, kind way? Have I? Just lay that on your heart space, the heart space that's filled with peace. And if it is truth, you'll get a ring true, or you'll get an okay feeling. And if you haven't been speaking your truth, you'll get this kind of, nope. Oh, so now you have a whole different set of things to look at. What's my truth? What is the most important thing for me to communicate first? And then when you look at that, so set that aside, set that on the heart space. Is it most important for me to communicate my love for this person? Is that what they need to hear first? Notice, is that going to get you a yes feeling or a no? No. And just keep asking yes or no questions, and kind of work your way down to the bottom line, and then start with that. So if the truth here is, this person needs to know that I love them. Before I talk about any challenge or any difficulty, they need to know that. And then once you go there, what's the next truth they need to hear? Well, is it that they're not putting their toothbrush away? Is it because they're not picking up their socks? Is it because they're not listening? Or is it because I'm not speaking my truth clearly? One at a time, lay those things on your heart of hearts, setting aside the feelings if they should just know better. Set that aside, and just from that place of peace, lay it one at a time on that, and then see what your response is. And you will get some powerful guidance to know what to do. Because the worst thing to happen would be to be reactionary and destroy something that possibly has opportunity to heal. If it doesn't have opportunity to heal, it's going to become really clear, and your path is going to be obvious to you. By putting it on your heart space first, without the clutter of the pain and the sorrow and regret and frustration, is going to grant you this opportunity to really hear what is necessary for you to do and what your next step might be. And then once you know your next step, do that. And then come back and do this again for the next step, the follow-up step. And allow your heart of hearts to guide you, not your feelings, not your emotions, not your judgments, not your expectations, not your pain. All right? Does that make sense? Do we have any other questions here, Phil? Anything else that's come up?
Scott said he's frustrated with control and letting go.
Control and letting go. I think we can all relate to that one, can't we? Okay. So frustration of control and letting go. Well, control is really an illusion. We think we have control. Nope. There's certainly things that we can have access to, and certainly we can do our part, which is why this process is really powerful, because it tells us what our part is. Because there's our part, and then there's God's part. And this is a community situation here. God can't work if we're not in line. And we can't work if God's not guiding us. Or we can, but then we get frustrated because it's not working. All right. So what are we frustrated about? What's that frustration? So the frustration is a control issue. So when you get in that state of peace again, noticing the ground, noticing your connection, just be in your heart space for just a few moments. Just really connect with that. Okay, so what are we frustrated about? We're frustrated because things aren't the way we want them to be. We're frustrated because people aren't responding the way we want them to. Or we're frustrated because it's just not my way. I don't want it that way. I want it different. So letting that frustration be there and moving into that space of peace, Now, ask your heart space, lay on your heart, what is my next step? Is my next step to be still? Is my next step to bless? Is my next step to clear something? And when you get feedback on that, then you'll know your next step. Now, part of the letting go process, I think Scott's already done a lot of this work because he's realizing there's some letting go to be done. There's no wrong way to let go. And there's a million ways to let go. The key is finding one that works for you. Isn't that the truth? So one method of letting go is to actually feel it physically in your body, reach in, shake it loose, and pull it out and throw it out. That's one way to let go of something. Another might be to just grasp it and pull it off your mind and throw it out. Another way is to write it out and then burn that. There's a million ways to do that. So let's ask, put it on your heart space, would it be best for me to write this down? And just lay that on your heart space. Would it be best for me to write this down as a process to let go? And if you get a go ahead with that, do that. If you get, whatever, then ask again, would it be best for me to pull this out of my body? Maybe that's it. Would it be best for me to ask for help from another person? Could a being help me clear this out? So just ask, what are your options? Find out what your options are. And if you need to ask other people what your options might be, that's a good thing to do too. And then find out what those options are. And one at a time, lay it on your heart space when you're in this clear, peaceful space. So would this be the best way to clear that for me now in this moment? And see what your response is. I'm hoping that's helpful for you. Anything else? Yes.
Yeah. Brandy says, well, this is surprising. We are currently struggling with a disrespectful, defiant teenager.
Oh, been there, done that.
Isn't that the description?
Yeah, I think so. I wish you could see his face. It's so, been there, done that. We lived with that. So, all right. So this, back to getting centered and getting into that place of peace. And that's really hard because you want to just strangle them. You don't know whether to hug them or strangle them or both at the same time. Can I hug and strangle at the same time? So, because they're trying to figure out who they are and they're trying to figure out who you are. And it's a challenge. It's just not fun sometimes. So setting all of that aside and get to that place of peace. Now, what's the first thing that is important for your teenager to know? What's the first thing in getting this teenage situation under control? Okay, so you can have a list of all the things that you want to do or think you could do. Maybe the first thing is, does this kid need to know that I love him? And I'm going to strangle him if he doesn't straighten up. No, you wouldn't do that. So, but start with this place of peace and then lay on your heart space an option. Does this child who is trying to become an adult need clearer boundaries? Does this child who is trying to become an adult need more responsibility so they feel more empowered with their life? Does this child who is trying to become an adult need to have a little more space? Ask. And when you ask that, just let it sit there for a second. And when you get your feedback, the feedback can come back as a, sensing of backing off, or it can come forward as, yes, that's it. Yes. Zing. You'll get a positive vibration in that. Sometimes it will get, that response will happen in your heart space. Sometimes it'll happen in the back of your head. Sometimes it'll happen in your shoulders. Your shoulders will relax. Sometimes the knot in your stomach will go away. Just notice your body and notice how that happens. Now, here's the wonderful thing about this technique. When you do this laying it on your heart space thing, now divine source, universe, God, higher power, whatever that is for you, is now in alignment with opening a door for you. So you might just accidentally read an article that has just the right piece of information for you. You might accidentally see something out of the corner of your eye that reminds you of something that you could tell them or say to them or do for them. So spirit now, divine source now, has access to grant you awareness, to communicate with you in a clear and positive way. So look for that. And your answer may happen instantaneously, and it may happen in a day or two. So pay attention to that. You may get your answer. Yes, this person, this child trying to become an adult needs clearer communication between the two of you. Okay, so how do I do that? What do I need to do for that? And then open the door. What's my next step with that? And then God can guide you. That guidance can come. And it would be profoundly clear and profoundly present. So try that and see what's going on.
Can I say what our attitude is about teenagers and everything?
Go ahead.
So this is a Janny and Phil thing. So
been there. Oh man.
Well, we firmly believe, and no one's proven us wrong, is that it is a natural part of life for kids to grow up and leave the home. If they weren't rebelling, you would want them to stay forever, possibly. If they weren't being little, they might, or whatever, they might want to stay forever. It's natural for children to leave the nest. And it's so much easier when they've been a pain.
Yeah, because you have this sweet little baby and they grow up to be obnoxious teenagers.
Sometimes.
And then,
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. And when you can let go.
Mm-hmm.
Because a mother's heart, oh my gosh, you love your kids no matter what.
Yep. And dads too.
But when you can let them go, this teenagehood is sometimes the process by which we have an opportunity to let go and allow them to expand and be more of an adult.
Fly, be free.
Fly, be free.
Karen has something to say. Actually, can I read it here?
I don't know.
So let me tell you. Karen,
that's why you're on the
Karen
big screen.
something.
Karen. Okay.
Karen said she's had problems with focus and attention, both for Sunday's message and tonight. She's
focus and attention.
Rabbit trailing all over the place, and she didn't like it.
Well, gee, Phil, you should talk to this one. Phil has ADHD as an adult, so he's always everywhere. Rabbit trailing. Well, where does it lead you? Is there other stuff that is imperative for you to take a look at? I mean, for heaven's sakes, things happen for a reason. Maybe this has nothing to do with you. Maybe this is just not catching your interest like you would. I'm sorry, my collar's crooked. Maybe this is not catching your interest. Maybe it's not important to you. If it is important to you and you don't want a bunny trail, then again, plant your feet. Notice your feet. Allow yourself to notice and feel the gravity pulling you in, pulling you down, holding you to this planet. Because this is where we are. There's a part of us that is spiritual and higher energy, but the truth is we're here. So be here and be here now. And when you have that anchor point with your feet, that can assist you and help you feel more in this moment. That makes sense? So your spiritual energy may be expansive so much that it's leading you in all these airy-fairy ways, which is not a bad thing. But just for now, you want to be here. So again, notice the feel of gravity on your feet. And that will hopefully give you some help there.
I'm going to try it. I can't see this last one on the screen, so I'm going to see if I can't see it from here. And there it is. I can't see that for some reason on mine.
Can you scroll? You can scroll.
I can't see the bottom one.
Okay.
Janice gave me the same kind of advice that Phil referred to. Oh. Thanks, Angie. Angie said she got similar advice and said thank you.
Oh, so, you're welcome.
So we've been at it for about a half hour, so I don't know if this is going to be
okay.
At
So,
the end of it,
we could just wrap it up a little bit here. This is big stuff. This is huge, big stuff. So again, your heart space is full of life. And within that, filled with life energy, is peace. So find that peace first. Allow yourself to feel grounded and connected to this planet, connected to the earth, and allow yourself to feel that connection with spirit, because that's where your guidance is going to come from. And from that, then you can move into your heart space, and then you can know your truth, and the truth will set you free. So allow yourself to receive that truth, and allow yourself to discern that truth one statement at a time. Whittle it down until you can get it as clear as you can, and lay that on your heart space and just be with that. And you'll have a knowing. That's how it works. So many blessings to you. Thank you for tuning in.
Give us a little bit of feedback on the show tonight. Because we haven't tried something like this, and obviously we would like a name for it. And if you hate it, tell us, and this will be the last time we'll do it.
If you liked it and if it was a blessing to you, let us know, because we would like to continue if it is a blessing.
I have my other glasses on.
Oh,
now I can't see a single thing. So
anyway, we've had a good time. Obviously, I hope you have too.
Try
many blessings. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Good night.